Good morning, Cardinals. Today, we are going to look at our learning target with our teen numbers. That says I can represent teen number compositions and decompositions as addition sentences. That means that we're going to take teen numbers and we're going to use the two parts and the whole amount to write our addition number sentences. We'll write it when we say part plus part makes the whole. Remember that that looks like this. Part plus part equals the whole amount. And we're going to see it as decompositions where we start with the whole amount. And we say the whole is part plus part. Remember, we're working with Princess Plus, which means we're taking two parts and putting them together. Or we're taking the whole amount and seeing what two parts we need to make that amount. Before we get started with that part of our learning target today, let's look at some of our fluency reviews. Look at your dot cards. How many do you see? 7. How do you see 7? Some people may see 7 as a group of 2 and a group of 5. 2 and 5 make 7. Some people may see it a different way. Some people may see a group of 4 and a group of 3. How did you see this 7? Great job, Cardinals. We can see 7 in even more ways. Look at these dot cards. How do you see 7? I saw 7 as a group of 1 and a group of 6. 1 and 6 make 7. Did you see it a different way? Excellent job. Look at these dot cards. How do you see 7? You might have seen a group of 6 and a group of 1. Some people might have seen it a different way. Did you see it as a group of 4 and a group of 3? Did you see it as a group of 5 and a group of 2? There are many ways to make 7. Great job with those dot cards of 7. Now let's think about our teen numbers. Our teen numbers we need to look as a group of 10 ones and some more ones, or what we were calling leftovers. If I look at my stars and I have to count how many, I want to know them as a group of 10 and a group of leftover ones. How do I count a group in a circle? I mark where I start. Then I count one at a time, going around. I want to start off by finding my group of 10, so I'll start at my first star, 1. I'll count around, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. When we count a group of 10, we circle it. How many do you see left over? 2. I see a group of 10 and a group of 2. The say 10 way, I say 10, 2. The teen number way, I remember the 2 comes up and hides the 0. The teen number is 12. 10, 2 makes 12. That's a lot of triangles. Let's find our group of 10. Mark where we start and count out 10. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. circle our group of 10. Let's count some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. There's another group of 10. And there's one left over. So I'll say there are 2 10s and 1 left over. Can you think of what number that might make? This one's challenging. How many do you think 2 10s and 1 make? Maybe it would help if we hide the 0 and put the 1 in its place. How much does it make? 21. That was a tricky one. You did a great job. Kiss your brain. Now it's time for you to be a mathematician magician. We are going to look at our story problem. We're going to find the important parts of our story problem, draw and write. Listen first. Each student got 6 colored pencils. Stop. What did you hear that was important? 6 colored pencils and 4 regular pencils. Stop. What do we know now? They had 6 colored pencils and 4 regular pencils. When I hear the word and, I think of putting things together with Princess Plus. 6 and 4. Let's keep reading. How many pencils did each student get? Draw a picture, a number bond, and write a number sentence to show. Let's start off with our picture. They got 6 colored pencils. Let's draw our colored pencils first. I'll make our colored pencils red. 6 colored pencils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4 regular pencils. I'll make those regular pencil colored. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 colored pencils. I have 4 regular pencils. How can I take this picture and put it into a number bond? Yes, I look at my 2 parts. Where does one of my parts come from? From the colored pencils. What number can I write to show the colored pencils? 6. Great job. Where does my other part come from? From the regular pencils. How many regular pencils do we have? 4. So what number do we write as the part? 4. How do I get my whole amount? Princess Plus says put it together. So I have to count them all together to get the whole amount. I don't have to recount the 6 because I know it's 6. I'm just going to count on. I say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's my whole amount? 10. Great job. Does it match? Does it make sense? 6, 6, 4, 4, 10, 10. Now I have to write a number sentence. I'm going to have to put them together. Remember, I say part plus part makes the whole amount. What do I put for my first part? 6. What do I put for my second part? 4. What is my whole amount? 10. Does it match? Where did the 6 come from? From the colored pencils. Where did the 4 come from? From the regular pencils. Where did the 10 come from? From all the pencils put together. Great job. Remember, when we make our pictures, our number bonds, and number sentences, we have to ask ourselves those two important questions. Does it match? And does it make sense? Hold up 6 fingers. Put up 4 more. Did you get to 10? Kiss your brains. You are such great mathematician magicians. Now we're going to work on our learning target that says I can represent teen numbers as compositions and decompositions. That means that we're going to put it together by saying part plus part equals the whole, and the whole is part plus part. Let's start off with a picture and our number bonds. We put 10 red beans inside of one part of our number bond. We have 3 yellow beans for the other part of our number bond. What is 10 ones and 3 ones? 13. What is that the say 10 way? 10, 3. Great job. Now let's move the 13 beans into the place where the whole amount is. The 10 beans move up and the 3 beans move up. Great job. Now what is the whole amount of beans? 13. Think with your mind. What can we put in this part of the number bond to still show the part for the 10 red beans? Yes, we can write the number 10. What could we put for this part for the yellow beans? 3. Very good. 10, 3 is 13. How can I represent 13 at a different way and not with a picture? I could write the numbers. I could take my 13 beans and write 13 the teen number way. 10, 3. Don't forget to hide the 0. We solved one put together problem using our number bonds. Think, are there other ways to show a number in 2 parts other than just a number bond? Of course there are. We can show it as a pile of things. We can count on our group of 10, and we can find our leftovers. 10 and 3. This shows 13 as a group of 10 and a group of 3. We can use a number bond, just like we did. 10, 3 makes 13. We can draw our own picture. We can draw 10 the 5 group way, and we can draw 3 left over. There are so many ways to show teen numbers. We can even use our hide 0 cards. 10, 3 makes 13 when we hide the 0. Can we make 13 on our Reckon Rec? I have a group of 10. How many left over? 3 left over. I would say 10, 3, 13. You've learned so much. Today we're also going to look at taking those teen numbers and putting them into addition sentences, where we say part plus part makes the whole amount. I would read this addition number sentence: 10 plus 3 equals 13. What's missing in this number sentence? 10 plus 3 equals 13. Great job. Remember, the 3 hides the 0. We can see the 13 at the front as well when we say the whole is part plus part. Remember, these two number sentences mean exactly the same thing. Your whole amount goes by your equal sign. If your equal sign is last, the whole amount is last. If your equal sign is front, your whole amount is first. Let's work on a problem together. If I had a problem that had one part as 10, another part as 4, what is the whole amount? 10, 4 makes 14. Let's take this number bond and put it into a number sentence. I notice that my equal is at the end, so my whole amount will go at the end. I'll say part plus part makes the whole. What part goes first? 10. What's the next part? 4. 10 and 4 make 14. What are the two questions you need to ask? Does it match? Does it make sense? Let's check. 10, 10, 4, 4, 14, 14. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Grade it. Yes, that gets a thumbs up. I have a question. What would you tell a friend who wrote this? 10 plus 4 equals this amount. What would you say to them? Yes, this doesn't make sense. 10 and 4 don't make 104. That doesn't make sense. What do you think they did wrong? Oh, you could tell them you forgot the 4 hides the 0. So when you write 14, you write a 1, which means 10, and the 4 hides the 0. You are so smart, I couldn't trick you. Remember, that problem can be written two different ways. 10 plus 4 equals 14, and 14 is 10 and 4. Oops, excuse my handwriting on this computer. These mean exactly the same. If the equal's at the end, your whole goes at the end. If the equal's in the front, your whole goes first. Let's work some of these problems together. Let's look at the first problem they did for us. 13, the parts are 10, 3. The number sentence is 13 equals 10 plus 3. Let's look at the next one. What's the whole amount? 15. What is 15 the say 10 way? 10, 5. So our two parts are 10 and 5. Our number sentence starts with the whole amount. What are we missing? The two parts. So we say 15 equals 10 plus 5. Great job. If you don't have this paper in front of you, maybe you can just get a blank piece of paper and a pencil, a dry erase board, marker, crayon, whatever you have with which to write. You can create these number bonds and number sentences with me. Pause the video if you need to. Grab this paper if you have it, or just a regular piece of paper, pencil, or dry erase board, so we can work some of these number bonds together. If you don't have any of that available, then just watch and try to answer my questions out loud. Great job, Cardinals. Let's look at our next number bond. I see 10, 7. What is 10, 7 the teen number way? I remember my 7 hides the 0. So I bring up my 10 as a 1 and my 7. 10, 7 makes 17. Now let's look at our number sentence. Where is the whole amount? It's in the front. So I say whole is part plus part. What is this part? 10. What is this part? 7. Make sure everything matches and it makes sense. Let's look at our next problem. Are we given the whole amount? No, the whole amount is missing. We have to find the whole amount given our two parts, 10, 8. What is 10, 8 the teen number way? 18. The whole amount is 18. Let's look at our number sentence. We're given 10 plus 8 equals, the equals is at the end, so your whole amount goes at the end. This is where we put the 18. 10 plus 8 equals 18. Great job. Our next one is very tricky. We're not given the whole amount, and we're only given one part in our number bond. Can you think of where we can look to find the other part? Yes, we can look in the number sentence. I see here a 6. In my number sentence, 10 is one of my parts, 6 is another part. So I know that this part of my number bond needs to be 6. 10, 6. What is 10, 6 the teen number way? 16. 10, 6 equals 16. I see part plus part equals the whole amount. 10 plus 6 equals 16. Great job, Cardinals. Kiss your brains. Let's look at our next one. Oh no, our number bond is completely empty. Where can I look to find parts of my number bond? I can look in the number sentence. Below, I see my number sentence. I see 10 plus 4. These are the parts of my number sentence, so these have to match in my number bond. One part is 10. The other part is 4. I have to figure out the whole amount. Ready? 10 4 equals 14. So in my number sentence, I say 14 equals 10 plus 4. Great job, Cardinals. Look at my next problems. These are very tricky. I only see one number given. I see 12. I have to think, is that a part or is that the whole amount? That's a whole amount because it's a team number. So in my number bond, I'm going to put it here as the whole amount, 12. Then I have to think, what is 12 the say 10 way? 12 the say 10 way is 10, 2. So my parts have to be 10 and 2. My number sentence starts with the whole amount. So then I have to put my parts. 12 equals 10 plus 2. Great job. Look at the last problem. See if you can use what is given to try to figure out the rest of the number bond. Yes, you're given the whole amount of 11. Your parts are 10 and 1. Now pay very close attention to your equal sign. Your equal is first. So what number goes first in your number sentence? 11. Whole is part plus part. What goes here? 10. What goes here? 1. 11 equals 10 plus 1. Great job, Cardinals. Maybe at home on your own, you can make up your own team number bonds. You can use chalk, you can do your own paper, dry erase boards, or any other fun writing tools. Remember, in a number bond, which number is larger, the whole or the parts? The whole amount. We say the whole is the most. The parts make the whole. Both paths lead to the whole. Great job, Cardinals. Maybe at home, when you're making your team number bonds, you can explain to your parents how team numbers are a group of 10 ones and some more ones, and we call those the leftovers. Great job today. Think about how you did with your number bonds and number sentences. Grade yourself. Tell yourself something you've done really well today, and tell yourself something you're going to keep working on. I'm so proud of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, love bugs.